Yup, it's your baby boy. Episode 3. You know, regular shit. Regular intro. I don't think I have a regular intro. I never wanted to have one. For some reason. Always wanted to stand out from the crowd. There's been a rape up there. Any fan of the original UK Office will enjoy that line. So, I was left a few ideas for topics. Most of them come from my baby boy Shelton. He wanted to know a bunch of favorites of mine, which I will try and go through, unless they get too personal, in which case you don't get them anymore. His first one was my favorite game, which I think I covered, which is this. This, probably Final Fantasy VII. I loved COD 4, but it's gone to shit. That's about it for my favorite games. I don't really think there's any that... Many, I should say, that I could repeatedly play over and over and over. Next was my favorite food, which is a curry. If anyone's never had a curry, or a good one. Chinese curry, actually. For some reason I was never a fan of the overly hot ones. I also like burgers, cheeseburgers. Yep. Tell I've been in America a while. My favorite car? Yeah, I'm reading these off a list. This is like the first commentary I've ever done where I've had a list of stuff to talk about. Favorite car is either a... I assume, by the way, that we're talking if you had unlimited money. Because then it would be the Ferrari F40. I'm trying to remember where to go right now. I've played this game so much and I still don't remember what I'm doing. How is that possible? Put that away. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh yeah, okay. Ferrari F40, or, for some reason I've always found a Dodge Viper very sexy, but only in black. I could never think of having one of them in any colour other than black. Perhaps that's just me though. Favorite movie? Scarface, generic, I know. Who doesn't love Scarface though? My favorite place to visit is, it's a small town called Galena in Illinois. It's just a small little town that you can just walk around. My wife took me there maybe the second time I came over, third. And you don't, I mean, not least where I'm staying, there's not many places that you can just walk around and enjoy the day. So it's kind of nice to do that, because where I'm from, it's a city very much like that. All the shops are in one section, so you don't have to get in a fucking car and drive to the next parking lot, which has always irritated me. Yeah, Galena. I'd heavily suggest checking it out. Galena. Now, I don't know if it's true, but they have these tours that you can go on. And the first time I went on, it's like a trolley tour. First time I went on one, the woman said that there was a balcony that Abraham Lincoln had given his last speech as the president. Well, perhaps not as the president, perhaps as before he became president. Anyway, they never mentioned it on any other future trip. So I don't know if that's true or if she was just making it up that day. I'm tending to lean towards her making it up, because I feel like that's quite an important event and quite interesting to people. But it is the home of Ulysses S. Grant. I guess a president. Dunno. Just a nice place to go and walk around and whatever. And leading on from that, Shelton wanted to know what's my favourite place to live. And I would have to say the town where I'm from, Exeter. For some reason, I just prefer it, which I didn't realize I did. Until I went back. And it's just a very, very English place. Lots of greenery around. And there are lots of nice places to go around it. Actually, no, that isn't my favorite place to live. I mean, it's a nice place to visit. Place to live, though, if we're including all things such as cost of living and whatever, would be the US. Because England is, for those who don't know, very expensive to live in. They might have free healthcare, but they've also got a 20% tax on every fucking thing you buy. Which is ridiculous. When I moved here, it was 17.5% tax, and then they raised it. Probably gonna fucking throw this serpent stone away. And finally, Shelton asked my favourite person. Obviously, I'm gonna say my wife. If we're talking famous person, I have quite a sexual attraction towards Ricky Gervais. But I'm gonna stick with wife being #1. Mainly because, well, not mainly. Firstly, it's Valentine's Day. Secondly, it's true. As gay as that is. I think that's about my favourites. That's all you get, Shelty. Because I don't have the concentration right now to think of other favourites. As you may be able to tell, my voice doesn't sound too good. Probably sounds as depressed as usual. But I just woke up a little while ago. And I'm so excited to do this series that I instantly gone up to make one. And luckily, you guys seem to be enjoying it quite a bit, so that always adds. I don't know who left the other topics I'm going to talk about. Just went the wrong fucking way. Someone asked me my thoughts on the current state of rushed games and their reliance on patches, which I think pretty much every gaming company has got into this idea that they can not necessarily rush games, but they don't have to be as checked as much because they can just easily patch them. I think older games, I'm not saying they necessarily took longer to make. There was less shit for them to go wrong. Let's get that out of the way. Unfortunately, a lot of games companies have to deal with a lot of shit. And they've also got a much bigger audience. Unlike back then, where there was no internet connection. Back then. Like when this was out and whatever, there was no internet connection. So people couldn't just exploit shit over and over and over again. Why do I feel like I've forgotten oh shit. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something? Have I forgotten something? Possibly. Get away from me! Help! I always hate not being able to see them. I know there's another one around this corner. There's probably another one after this one too. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's another one. There's another one just waiting around here. I always forget about this last one and I just fucking run in like an idiot. No, I do not want the film because I am not a pervert and I do not want to look at ladies. I will take the crossbow bolts though. Bowgun bolts. It might be the first ones I've picked up. You've taken the plastic bomb. Okay. Let's equip this. Time for some scary music. Yes, the over-reliance on patching. I keep fucking losing my train. Like I was saying, there was no internet connection. A much smaller audience, so they could just beta test them and make sure that functionally the game wasn't wrong. Unfortunately, games now, like COD, who just rely on a multiplayer experience, ooh, they, I don't think it's necessarily that a beta would cost too much for COD. I think it's more that they don't want to show the product and risk people not buying it, basically. I could be wrong. I think they just don't want people to have tried it before it comes out. Because once you've spent that $60, they don't really give a shit. Activision, anyway. Wouldn't necessarily they say there's a reliance on patching them, there's just it's just easier for them. Where am I going? Back up there. I think perhaps they need to stop rushing shit though. They do rush games a lot. I've never been pissed off when a game gets delayed. I would rather, when I pay the $60, know that it's gonna be a good game more than a game that's taken... I know... Jesus Christ, can't finish fucking sentences. I know that most COD games is a 2-year cycle, but you gotta remember there's probably a huge chunk of the development team for the next one who are also working on the DLC and shit. It's not necessarily that the DLC is rushed either, it's just that it's not very well thought out. There may be 3 Call of Duty maps that I've enjoyed the DLC for. At some point there are liquors in this hallway. Oh, this is fucking... Run! Someone just dropped a game day buggy. Alright, I'm gonna shut up for this cutscene. Should be starting right now.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Are you Chief Irons?
Yes, that's me. And just who are you? No, don't bother telling me. It makes no difference. You'll end up just like all the others. That's the mayor's daughter. I was told to look after her, but I failed miserably. Just look at her. She was a true beauty. Her skin nothing short of perfection. But it will soon putrefy, and she will turn into a zombie within the hour, like all the others.
There must be some way to stop it.
In a manner of speaking, there is. Either by putting a bullet through her brain, or by decapitating her completely.
Which one are you gonna do, buddy?
And to think that taxidermy used to be my hobby. But no longer. Please, I'd really like to be alone now.
Alright, fuck you. Alright, so the last up, I don't remember who sent this one either. I have written shorthand what the question was, or topic. So I don't really remember what it actually was. I wrote down games made for the general audience. I'm assuming that that is whether I like them, whether I prefer them, whether I think gaming was better when it was made for a small group of nerds. As I believe is the saying. Fuck you, Sherry.
Wait.
Let me go!
Easy, easy there. I'm not a zombie. You're safe now. Leon, come in. I found the girl, and I've cleared the wreckage that was blocking the corridor.
Got it.
Come on.
My name's Claire. What's yours?
Sherry.
Do you know where your parents are?
They both work at the Umbrella Chemical Plant, near the city limits.
The chemical plant? Then what are you doing here?
My mom called and told me to go to the police station because it was too dangerous to stay at home.
From the look of things, I'd say she was probably right. But it's dangerous here as well. You'd better come with me.
But there's something out there. I don't know what it is, but I saw it. Much larger than any of those zombies. And it's coming after me.
What was that?
That's what I was telling you about. It's here.
Sherry, wait!
No one cares about you, Sherry. Not even your fucking parents. Anyway, yes. I personally preferred it when gaming was aimed at a smaller amount of people, because then the game was built with not specifically you in mind, obviously, but your tastes, I guess. Wow, excuse me. You get a cough in a commentary. Oh, I don't think my mic has an off button, and I'm too lazy to move over and shit. A general audience, as much as it's good for the company and perhaps overall people,
Chief?
I still think, I mean, look at the Wii. The definition of a games console that was made for everyone. And yet all it turned into was a complete shit show of bloatware games where people seemingly had an idea to make a game one week and then released it the following week. Whereas PlayStation 1, you had to be a real fucking loser to play. Actually, I'd say PlayStation 1 was the start of casual gaming, due to its popularity and stuff. Oh shit, it's been nearly 20 minutes already. I've just rambled about nothing. So, on that note, this was a bad episode. I apologize profusely for how bad this was. Anyway, comments as per usual, blah blah blah. I'll upload another tomorrow. See you later.